team and the soldiers of Nigeria, barricading Wike to come into a land that was given to a 3-star general. I think they said the guy is retired. And now Wike revoked that land and gave it to the INEC chairman. INEC chairman, the one that they just selected. The one that they just selected, he wasn't elected. The new INEC chairman. Now Wike gave that land to him and expected him to start working there. All of a sudden, they discovered that the 3-star general that owns that place, I think he's a Navy officer that owns that place, stood his ground and sent his boys to go and defend that place from Wike to stop harassing the workers. Now, when they got there, Wike started, big boy, this is what they do. They are not patriotic at all. These are not patriotic governors or governments. These people are tyrants. Whatsoever that they need, they will take it by force. They don't care going through due process. They do not care challenging you in court. They use money, they use whatsoever they can get their hands on and bribe you so that you get out of the way. This is the reason why I was telling you that Justice Omotosho has been bribed by Wike. Some people said that it was 300 million that he gave Justice Omotosho to jail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I strongly disagree with that. 300 million is about $1.5 million. $1.5 million was within that range. Within that, that's the amount. That is not it. $15 million was what was promised to Justice Omotosho, and that is why he's trying to rubbish his career. Anybody that works with Tinubu, the drug lord, and this gang of criminals that call themselves government, anybody that works with them will be very corrupt. They will corrupt you, they will bribe you so that you will become stupid. Even in your intelligence, you become so stupid and walk under their, under their suits. That's what they do. That is what they do everywhere. So Justice Omotosho has been bribed to jail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on the 20th. But we are going to see how that is going to play out in court, because I know he can't do that. He can never, because he has been busted. And for some of you who will come and say, oh, where are your evidence? I don't need to give you evidence. I'm not working for any one of you. I'm just telling you the danger ahead. That these people that you call government are actually criminal. You can see how a small boy, disgraced Wike with the fat belly police officers, DSSS, all of them that came there. These people are very corrupt, very, very corrupt, highly corrupt. These are the problem of Nigeria. These men that you see in power, that are supposed to be sitting in prison, are the lawmakers in your country, are the ones answering governors, answering senators, all these evil men. Now, the same Abaribe today is talking from both sides of his mouth. Go and see his recent video. Now calling out on the government, that is the government of Nigeria, that is abetting and paying these terrorists to continue their genocidal attack in Nigeria. But yes, Mazi Simon was shouting it. You were one of the people who stood in that your evil chamber and called Mazi Simon a terrorist. So today, who is terrorizing who? You see, when we talk about these people, people come here to talk trash. And I pity you people, because I know you don't know what we know. I pity most of you, because most of you are so daft that you can no longer think. Most of you are so impoverished that the poverty mentality has, drained your brain not to think like humans again. You think everything you must get is by prayer, is by struggling, is by going through the difficult paths. No, that is not how it works here. The government has made it very easy for everybody. Despite the fact that you are working, you have a right to borrow money and do whatever you want to do. If I want to do businesses in Nigeria, you can come here and borrow any amount of money and continue to pay back as long as your name is in the system here. That is how a government should work. intimidate, oppress, they will make sure you go through punishment and all of that. Just exactly what they're doing to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today.
So guys, 20th of November is fast approaching.
Of every one of us, is it? Why are we so destructive when it comes to fixing who we are, telling ourselves the truth, building our nation, collective effort? You must see one sabo. Does this kind of thing happen in Biafra, in Yoruba land? The answer is no. Does it happen in the northern region? The answer is no. Why is it only the Igbos? That's why the fact I know that some of you that comes here are all Yorubas, animals from the zoo. You think you can get us down? You think you can suppress us, you can intimidate us, you can come here and then do things that will make us run away? The answer is no. If you look at me, you know that I didn't start this agitation with fear. I only started it with truth, and because I voted for our redeclaration, I voted for our election, and that on those mandates I'm standing on. On those two mandates, that's what I'm standing on. I'm not here to defend any evil. If I see you doing evil, I will speak out immediately. That is how I was born. That was how I was built. That was how I was nurtured to grow. This is what they do. Destroying our humanity. Making a mess of who we are as Biafrans. That is what they do to us. So Nnamdi Kanu is standing alone now. And you people are still comfortable going to church, going to what is it called? Your businesses, going for your businesses. You don't even say, okay, let us take this day and tell the government that enough is enough. Nnamdi Kanu is our brother. Are we going to do everything for you? Dr. Ngozi Orakwe went to Finland to declare the independent state of Biafra, including all the danger that was surrounding that area, that terrain, including all the evil that Sonia Barawa, Chukukeri, and Van, all of them has planted evil. This woman marched forward and went to declare your independence. What are you people doing for us to completely, come back home? For you to support the USB government? The answer is nothing. You are not doing anything, but you are here writing rubbish against the people who are making sure that things are being done. Can you see that you people are demonic? You are poor. You think you don't think well from your head. You think like fools. But yet the people that are thinking like humans, you attack them. You insult them. You will call them terrorists. You will call them all manner of names. Just wait and see what will happen on the 20th. We're waiting. All Kosher was paid. Because all of them know that the law in which they are trying to charge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not exist. He was promised oil well. Take it to anywhere. This is the simple truth. He was promised oil well. He was promised $15 million in cash. House of his choice anywhere in the world, including Dubai. That's what he promised him. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will always tell us, that these people, they will promise you anything anywhere. And that is what they have done to Omotosho. And that is why Omotosho is pressing hard to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Most of you don't even know what is behind your closed door. You just go home and then the thing that they wrote on the newspaper, that is what you will use to come here and start arguing rubbish. You don't even know that the cleansing, the legitimization have actually, started. That is the truth. You don't know. None of you know. But we're going to prove to you that we're determined more than ever. You can jail our leaders. You can buy them before us. You can unalive them before us. You can execute them before us. How long are you going to continue to do that? We're not going to back down. We will never give up. We will continue to fight this fight until we, Biafrans, are totally free from steam.
Alright, wonderful people, welcome back to this wonderful channel where I'll bring you back-to-back updates and information as to the hot. In case you have not joined our social media handle, what are you waiting for? Kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you will be the first one to collect them. Alright, let's go down to the news proper as it is, the development as it is. Nnamdi Kanu files 500 million naira suit against Nigerian Medical Association over alleged forged report. Let's go down to that information. between leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has instituted a 550 million lawsuit against the Nigerian Medical Association (NMA) and 10 medical practitioners over alleged falsified medical reports issued against him. Development was disclosed by one of Kanu's lawyer, Barrister Maxwell Okpara, in a video posted on his Facebook page on Friday. This is the FCT High Court, Abuja. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has filed a 550 million suit against the Nigerian Medical Association and the 10 medical doctors that conspired and issued a fake medical report against him, Okpara said. Sahara reporters in October 2025 reported that lawyers representing Kanu accused NMA of fabricating a medical report on Kanu's health without conducting any examination as ordered by the court. Kanu's special counsel, Barrister Aloy Ejimako, noted that the report presented in court was dated October 13th, long after the court directive, leaving the defense no time to study or respond to it. That medical report, we are served in open court today, was dated October 13th. This obviously means that the defense has no ample opportunity to react to it. It was more of an ambush, he said. Moreover, the court had ordered that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be examined by the Nigerian Medical Association, but that examination was never carried out, and the order was entered on September 26 and restarted on October 8th. According to Ejimako, the NMA never examined Kanu as required, but rather based its report on information meetings held with him at the Department of State Service headquarters in Abuja on September 18th. That order was never obeyed. They never examined him. That report was based on some information meetings they held with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as far back as September 18th at the DSS headquarters in Abuja when they were invited to do that by the DSS. The court and the DSS are not the same. What we are served in court today, we are not sure of where it emanated from, whether it emanated from assumption or from the information examination carried out on September 18th before the court entered an order on September 26th. On Friday, Barrister Okpara said the disputed medical report played a direct role in the court's decision to deny Kanu's bail. The court ordered that they should examine Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but they never did that. They went and wrote what they called a medical report, and it was that medical report that made the court refuse Nnamdi Kanu bail, he added. Okpara said the legal team had earlier written to the NMA and the doctors seeking clarification and accountability, but received no response or indication of remorse, prompting the initiation of the lawsuit. Based on that, we had listened to them and they did not show any remorse. We have filed a 550 million suit against the Nigerian Medical Association and other medical doctors, he said. The lawsuit added a new lawyer to the long-running legal battle surrounding Kanu, who has been in the custody of the Department of State Service DSS since June 2021, following his controversial return to Nigeria and subsequent trial on charges bordering on terrorism and treasonable felony. Alright, welcome back. This is an issue that concerns Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Of course, you know that a report was given from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not been feeling well. He has not been feeling too good. His health condition is deteriorating. Now, after this, the court gave order to NMA, Nigerian Medical Association, to carry out a test on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be able to ascertain his health condition.
So guys,
and according to them, they say that these people did not carry out any test on Kanu. That the information they brought to court was based on assumption or based on conclusion of discussion they had with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu around September 18th. But they never carried out a test. And because of the result of this conversation, maybe You know, when a doctor is conversing with someone, taking record. That was the record that was provided in court by the NFA, which was the reason why Kanu was not granted bail. Now, after the Kanu and his lawyer are saying that the NFA never carried out any examination on him. He was not examined to ascertain his health condition. And upon that, when he contacted the NFA never showed any remorse or mistake or something like that. So on that day, Kanu and his lawyers now filed a 560 million naira lawsuit against NMA for providing fake information or providing an unverified information as regards Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. That is what is actually going on. That's what's actually going on. They believe that NMA has never gave the proper information as regards Nnamdi Kanu that they should have been based on examination. Alright, Nigeria should tread with caution over Nnamdi Kanu. IPOB lawyer Ejimako. Lawyer Ejimako, special counsel to Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, have said Nigeria should tread carefully over the trial of the Biafra agitator. Ejimako said when someone like Kanu gets upset with the system leading to agitation, the government needs to listen. Posting on X, Ejimako lamented what he called the disregard for court order that granted Kanu freedom. He wrote, Nigeria needs to tread with caution as it ramps up on the dubious trial of Nnamdi Kanu. When an alpha male like Kanu gets so upset with the system that he seeks solution in self-determination, you talk to him, you don't subject him to trial. The disregard of court orders and tribunal decisions granting Kanu's freedom is not grounded in reason or law, but on ingrained primordial sentiments that have to do with how Igbos are treated in Nigeria. Alright, Ejimako is trying to say here that Igbo has not been treated fairly when it comes to the Nigeria judicial system. That Kanu, a man like him, who is seeking for freedom, should be someone that the government should give ear to, and the government have refused to do that. Of course, you know that the government has actually given attention to every other tribe in NIG that is fighting, for the freedom of these people. For example, when Sunday Igboho came up, for example, when Zazaki came up, all these people who came up with one or two things or the other, government have actually addressed it. But people are believe that Igbo are marginalized. That's what Ejimako is saying, and that's what it looks like. And that's not just what it looks like. That's what it is. Looking at the indices, looking at the balance, the scale of balance when it comes to